Hello friends, myself Prateek, and in this session we are going to start our discussion on Python. We are going to discuss its main feature and basic syntax in this session. Let us start this session. In order to work on Python, we are going to use Spider. So I have already installed Spider on my machine. Spider is the integrated development environment for Python, and to execute the program of Python, we can use this IDE. So let's click on Spider to write our first Python program. This is the interface of Python, and we are going to write our code in this window. After executing the statements, we will get its output in the console window. So we are going to start with basic Python syntax in this session. In order to assign a value to a variable, you can simply write the name of variable and you can directly assign the value to that variable. Let's suppose I have a variable A and I have assigned a value 2 to this variable. Let's create another variable A, but now this time A is in uppercase and I have assigned the value 3 to this. So here I have two variables with same name A, but one is written in lowercase and another is written in uppercase. And you can see that lowercase a has a value 2 while uppercase A has a value 3. So let's write print statement to check the value of A. So here I have write three statements and I want to check its output. So in order to execute these three lines of code, you can select these three lines of code, and under run, you can see that there is an option for run selection or current line. And for this, you can press Ctrl plus return, or you can press F9 to run that particular selection. Let's run these three lines of code. So you can see that the output is 2. It means that here I'm referring to the lowercase a, and this lowercase a has a value 2. So if you write uppercase a, the output will be 3, because here I'm referring to a which is written in uppercase. So it means that the case is important in Python. The lowercase a is different from uppercase a. You should be very careful when you assign variable names because case is very important in Python. So here I have declared two variables with name marks. Let us consider these three statements, and can you tell me what will be the output of this print statement? So here I am printing the value of marks and I am using m in uppercase. Here we have two different variables. One marks having m in uppercase and another marks having m in lowercase. So case is important. So Python is case sensitive language, and in this case it will refer to the marks variable with value 3. So let's run this statement and you can see that you are getting the output 3, and if you write m in lowercase, then the output will be 31. So this is the important point to note, that Python is case sensitive language. Run. If you try to write print function in uppercase, this will give you an error that print is not defined because Python is case sensitive and internally the print is defined in lowercase. So if you try to write in uppercase, it will give you an error. From this discussion, we can conclude that Python is a case sensitive language. It means that the case is important. Here I am making this statement as a comment, and in order to make a statement comment, you can simply add a hash sign before that. During execution of that code, this line will be skipped and it will not be executed. So the first line here, Python is a case sensitive language, will act as a comment, which you can see that. Now let's discuss the data type of the variables. You know that in most of other programming language, we have to declare variable like this, that a is a variable and integer its data type. But in Python, we don't define the data type of a particular variable. The variable data type is actually decided by the type of data it contains. So if a variable is having integer data, then its type will be int. If a variable is having float data, then its type will be float. If a variable is having string data, then its type will be string. If variable is having Boolean data, then its type will be Boolean. So in Python, there is no need to define the type of the variable. You can simply assign the data to the variable, and depending upon the type of data, the data type of the variable is decided. So if a variable is having a data of integer type, its type will be integer. If a variable is having a data of float, then its type will be float. If a variable is having a data of string, then the type of the variable is string. And in the same way, if variable is having Boolean data, then its type will be Boolean. So in order to test this, so let's have a variable a, and in this case, I have assigned an integer value to this. So in order to check its type, we have type inbuilt function in Python, and in this you can simply supply the name of the variable to check its type. So here a is 2 and I want to check the type of this variable. Let's execute these statements and you can see that here the type of the variable a is int because it is having integer data. Now let's change this data to float. Let's execute these two statements again, but now this a is having a float data. So can you tell me what will be the output if I execute these statements? Yes, the output is float because this time a is having float data. So the type of a is float in this case. Now let's change a to string. So you can change a to string. So let's change it to a string value and let's check its type now. So if you execute this statement, the type of the a is now str. So the type of variable a is simply decided on the basis of data it is having. So at present a is having string data, so its type is string or str. So let's assign a boolean value to this. Here I have assigned true to variable a and let's check its type. So if I execute these statements, I will be getting boolean. So here the variable a is of boolean type. It can have true or false. So if a is false, again it is a boolean value, so a is of boolean type. So we have inbuilt function type which are used to check the type of any variable. For example, let's suppose you have a variable marks with value 45.6 and you want to check its type. You can simply use type and then you can pass the variable name. So here the output will be float because marks carrying float value. So this is about the data type of variables. So in Python, there is no need to declare the variable of a particular data type as we normally used in C, C++. Python variables are very flexible. They simply take the type based on the data they are having. Now let's perform multiplication of two numbers in Python. So this is very simple. So let's first declare a variable with name first underscore number and assign a value 2 to this. Let's declare another variable with name second underscore number and assign value 3 to this. Now we want to perform multiplication of first number into second number and we want to store the result in another third variable. So let's do this. So here you can see that I have multiplied first number with second number and store the results in another variable with name result. Let's print the value of this variable, result value. So let's execute these statements and you can see that the output is 6. If you want more informative output, we can add a message to this. So let's add a message in print to make it a little bit more informative. So let's execute these statements again and now you can see that the output is little bit more informative, that its result of multiplication is 6. So let's suppose you want the output in this way, that result of multiplication of 2 into 3 is 6. So instead of simply displaying result of multiplication is 6, you want result of multiplication of 2 into 3 is 6. So in order to get this output, the first task will be to get this string in print. So you can see that I have this string in the print, the result of multiplication of. So this string is already there. But after this string, you want the value of 2 and this 2 is available in first underscore number. So after this, you want the value of first underscore number. So instead of result, you have to write here first underscore number. And after this, you want to have asterisk sign. So the first number will print 2, and after this you want this asterisk sign. So this is a string actually. So you can print this. Then you want the value of 3, which is available in second underscore number. Second underscore number. Then after this you want is. So it will be closed with comma. After this I need to type is, then comma, and then 6. 6 is available in result, so I have to write here result. So this is the complete print statement which can display me the desirable output. So print, and here I am giving the string the result of multiplication of first number, then it will print star, then it will display the value of second number, this will print is, and then finally this will having the value of result. So let's execute these statements. You can see the output is result of multiplication of 2 comma 3 is 6. So this is the desirable output which we want, and you can see that we can make it more informative by using print with string and variables. And in next session we will further improve this program to discuss more features of Python. Thanks for watching this video.